Hello everyone, welcome back with another video of Salesforce Geek channel, and in this tutorial we are going to learn a lot of new things. So basically we are going to learn how we can send email from Salesforce Flow. I know I already covered this topic, but just for your information, send email action is now more powerful, more features. In summer 23 release, we got more features in send email action, right? For example, you can log an email, you can send, you can use an email template in send email action as well, right? So we are going to see how we can log an email in this particular tutorial, and into the next tutorial, we are going to see the other feature. That means how you can use email template in your particular send email action. So we are going to see both of these, but in two different parts. So without any delay, let's check it out. So as you can see on the screen, first of all, what I'm going to do, I am going to create a new flow. And let me tell you the scenario of today's video. So for example, if I move to opportunity, right, and let me just open any of the opportunity, let's say Burlington Textile, and here you can see that what we have in the details, we have a custom field called project limit, right? And if I move to the related, you will see there is a project related list you can observe right now. So we have a custom object called project, right? And on project we have three fields, which is start date, end date, and obviously opportunity. So they are connected with a master detail relationship, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one more thing, like what is the scenario of today's video. So if I move to details, here you can see we have three mentioned into the project limit. Project limit is basically a custom field on opportunity object, which is a number field. So let's say if we mention three over there, right? And here you can see we have 4 project records. So that means if we have more than 3 projects, we need to send an email to the opportunity owner like, okay, project limit exhausted. So it's like if on that particular field which is on opportunity, if we mentioned 2 over there, that means a maximum 2 records should be there. If that limit is exceeded, right, so that means our project limit is exhausted and we need to send an email to the opportunity owner. So the same scenario we are going to achieve in Salesforce Flow. So first of all, I am going to build a record triggered flow, obviously, and click create. So here I am going to select which object. So most of the beginners will be confused like, okay, on which object we need to write trigger. So here you need to understand few things. What make your trigger to run? You need to understand this scenario first. So for example, if you are going to create a new project record over opportunity, right, that means the related record you are going to create, and you need to check the project limit. For example, you create a record and you also need to check that project limit, whether we have any project limit or not. So let's say if there is 2 over there, so first record will be created gracefully, second project will be created without any error. In the third one, we need to send an email. So when the third project is created, we need to send an email. I hope this concept is clear to you. By this you will understand, okay, like what thing will happen, then we need to send an email, right? So here what is happening, project record is created over opportunity, then we are sending email, correct, if the project limit is exceeded. So here in the object I am going to type project, which is a custom object, right? And here I am going to type a record is created. In the entry condition, what I am going to type, here I am going to type one condition, which is opportunity should not equals to false. That means we are only going to run this trigger when we have that particular opportunity, or you can say whenever we have the parent record populated over the project record. So then what I'm going to do, here I'm going to click on action and related records. So for example here, and then I'm going to click on done. As you know, why I selected action and related records, because we need to send an email, right? So and you can also clearly read onto that action and related record, update any record and perform actions like send an email. So this is very clear, you need to select this option. If you want more clarity, I already created a lot of record triggered flow videos, right? You can check those out to understand the concept, or I will also post the link into the I button. Let me just click on done now. Now, first of all, we need to check how many related project records we have on that particular opportunity. So first of all, how we can achieve that? Whenever you need to bring some records from the Salesforce org, what you use? We use get record element, right? So similarly, I am going to type here get and select get record element over there. Then I am going to type all related projects. Then in object, I am going to type project, where opportunity equals, I will move to project, then from project I will fetch the opportunity ID. So that is opportunity __ C. I hope this is clear to you. Then I need to fetch all the records that are related to opportunity. Then simply click on done. After this, I will check whether I have some records or not into my get record element, right? So what I will do, let's say decision check for null. Here I am going to type not null into the label, and in the resource here I am going to type null. Here I am going to check the get record element is null boolean false. So this condition will check whether we have some data or not. If this outcome is executed, that means we have the data into the get record element. Now I am going to click on done, and into the not null condition, what I am going to type here I am going to fetch how many records I have onto that particular get record element. So what I am going to do here, I am going to use an assignment element, and here I am going to create a variable in which variable I am going to store that particular value, that how many records I have into my get record element. So let's say check for number of projects, or let's say assign number of projects. Here I am going to create a variable that is of number type, and let's say count, data type let's say number, decimal places as 0, and click done. Now whenever you need to fetch the size of a particular get record element, there is a special operator that you can use, that is equals count, and in the value you need to simply select get record element, and that's it. This count will hold how many records we have into this particular get record element, and let me just click on done. Now again, what I am going to check, I am going to check if my count is less than or equals to the project limit that is provided over opportunity object, right? So what I am going to do here, I am going to select another decision element, and let's say check for project limit. So now what I am going to do, project limit not exceeded. In the resource I am going to type count less than equals record global variable dot opportunity, because that project limit field is on opportunity, right? So that's why I'm going to use opportunity over there, and then project limit. So here you can see custom field project limit is over there. So simply I compare count less than or equal project limit, which is from opportunity, right? So if I have my count less than the project limit, I will not going to send an email. If that count part is basically more than particular project limit, then I am going to send an email. That means I am going to send an email into the default outcome. So in the default outcome, let's say limit exceeded. Now here I'm going to click on done. Now as you can see that your flow is bifurcated into two parts, project limit not exceeded and limit exceeded. Now into the limit exceeded part, here I am going to select my send email action, right? And now you will see how powerful your send email action will become. So earlier, if you see, we only have body, right? We only have, let's say, recipient address list, recipient address collection, recipient address list, recipient related record ID we don't have. Earlier we have rich text formatted body. That means if you want to see how send email action looks like earlier, right, you can check out the video that I am going to add into the description box, right? Or if you just search it on YouTube like how to send an email, our video will pop up onto the first place. So now we have a lot of option. So in this first part, we only going to see log email on send. That means whenever you send an email, it also get logged at a particular record level. So right, and in the second part, we are going to learn how you can use email template, because you are also see email template ID over there, right? So that means now we can provide email template ID into this and used those lightning or let's say classic email templates in our Salesforce send email action. So now what I'm going to do in the body, or let's say first of all I'm going to provide a label. Let's say send limit exhausted reminder, and now in the body I am going to pass a new resource, that is text template. So let's say email body, and in the body let's say the opportunity, and from record global variable opportunity dot name project limit exhausted project limit is record global, then again move to opportunity, then project limit, and let's say current count is basically coming from the count variable that we have. So I hope this is clear to you, right? So I hope this is clear to you. We are providing a single message, then we are providing what is the project limit, and then we are providing the current count, and then I'm going to type, let's say, thank you team, let's say XYZ. Now simply I'm going to click on done. Then you have an option for email template ID that I am not going to use right now. Right now I'm not going to use even log email on send. First of all, I am going to show you like, okay, our email is firing to particular email that we are going to type, right, or the opportunity owner. Then I'm going to show you how we can log an email as well. So first of all, if you see here, we have recipient address list, right? So what I'm going to type here I am going to type record dot opportunity owner dot email, because we need to send an email to the opportunity owner, right? Then we have some more options, recipient ID, related record ID. So these are related with that new options that is added, right? Like for email alert, email template ID, and whatever the second option is log email on send. So these options are connected with those options. So now the third one, rich text formatted with body, yes, we want to set it as true, otherwise we will get HTML template in our email body, right? Then we also need to provide a subject, let's say limit exhausted, please check. So while building this flow, I think about another scenario, right? For example, right now our flow is on create, but for example, while creating a particular project, we did not provide any opportunity over there, right? Any opportunity ID, but later on we added a particular opportunity, like we are updating that project record. So that means our flow should work on both, right? Both on create or update. So what I am going to do here, I am going to select it on a record is created or updated. Now here I am going to click on done and save my flow. Let's say project limit exhausted notification. Now here I am going to save this flow, and now I am going to activate this flow as well. So now I will move to opportunities. So let me just take any of the opportunity. For example, I took this Grand Hotel Kitchen Generator. Right now let me go to retail. So you will see there is no project limited added. So now here I am going to add, let's say 2 as project limit, right? Let me save it. So now what I am going to do, in the right hand side you will see that we have 0 projects right now. So first of all I am going to create a new project. So let's say I am going to provide start date and an end date and hit save. So now I will check like whether my flow works or not. Let me refresh my email. So there is no email, right? Now I am going to do the same for the second project. So here I am going to create another project. So let's say 23 to 1st of June and let's say save and new. So let me check again. So still we didn't receive any email, but if I create a project one more time, this time I should get an email, and that I will check. Let's say here I'm going to add 23 to 7th of July and let me just save it. This time I should receive an email, and I'm going to check my email. So right now you can see I just received an email at 2:03, right? So let me click on it and you will see the opportunity Grand Hotels Kitchen Generator project limit exhausted. Project limit is 2, current count is 3. Thank you, team XYZ. I hope this is clear to you that email is basically firing. Now what I am going to do, that I told you that after checking whether the email is going forward or not correctly, then we are going to add log email on send. That means our email will be logged at the activity of that particular record. So let me just open this send email action again, and this time I am going to set this third parameter as true. That means we also want to log an email on send. So here I am just going to type true, and here you can see true is added over that particular parameter. That means we want to log an email. After that, in the recipient ID, you will see if I open this and let's say check the I button over there, this said the ID of a lead, contact or person account record. If log email on send is included, then this parameter is the ID of the person to send and log the email to. If email template is included, the parameter is required and is the ID of the person to send an email to. Right? So it is saying like this parameter is required whenever, let's say, you are sending an email and you opt in for using email template ID, or let's say log an email. In that case, you need to provide either a lead ID, contact ID, or a person account ID in this parameter, because recipient is who? It's a person, right? And in Salesforce, who can be the person? Lead, contact, and person account. So that's why you need to provide an ID. But in our case, we are logging an email on a particular record, and that is opportunity, right? So that's why we are not going to provide any recipient ID. Instead of that, what I am going to provide, related record ID. So let me just click on this I button. You can also read that particular note we have. The ID of a record, that's not a person, right? For example, ID of a case record. So obviously opportunity is not a person, and that's why we want to log an email onto opportunity object, and we are going to provide the opportunity ID here. So simply by record global variable dot opportunity. So by using that particular record global variable, we will provide the opportunity ID into the related record. And this is the only thing that we need to do in terms of log an email. Now that's it. Let me just click on done, save as my flow as a new version, and let's click on activate. So if I move to say same record and move to activity, and let's say refresh it for you. So right now you can see there is no logged activity over there, right? Nothing. But for example, if I create another project for the same record, right, still the limit is exhausted. So let me just create a new new project record, and let's say select 23 to 5th of July, and save it. So again I will get an email, correct, that limit exhausted, please check. And let's say if I move to the same opportunity and this time I open activity, right, and refresh the page, you will see activities also added into that particular record. So this is a new addition of feature in summer 23 release Salesforce Flows, right? In the next tutorial, we are also going to see the other feature of this particular send email action, right? And now we will learn a lot of new features into the upcoming videos. We will cover a lot of new things related to Salesforce Flows, like how you can make post call out, get call out in Salesforce Flow, right? So there are a lot of things that we are going to learn in our videos, right? And just also a small promotion from my side that we created a bootcamp kind of thing, right? It's a Salesforce Flow course that you can opt in order to learn every single thing about Salesforce Flow, like from very basic to advanced, right? If you want to learn Salesforce Flow, and it's not that much higher in price. So if you want to check out that course, make sure you description box of this video. Thank you so much. I hope you like the video. I will see you in another video.